How's it going, guys? Today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. You've clicked on this video because you want to learn some 7-string guitar riffs, and these are the ones that got me started. Just a couple little things so you know where I'm coming from in this video. I have been playing regular 6-string and baritone guitars for many years, and I was missing the ability to play higher leads on a baritone guitar, so that necessitated a 7-string, and I wanted to learn some different types of music. I come from a classic rock background, which is your AC/DCs, Deep Purples, Black Sabbaths, all that stuff at first. Then I found Eddie Van Halen, Steve Vai, and all those sorts of players and everything under that umbrella, and that morphed into heavier music, hence this guy rolling around. And I'm well aware that not everybody wants to learn Korn, Meshuggah, Periphery, Dream Theater straight out of the gate. So I wanted to share with you some really cool riffs that are dead catchy, dead easy to do, and will help you break the ice on a 7-string guitar. To follow along with this video, you need to be tuned to standard 7-string tuning, which is B to E. I'm not exploring any drop riffs on this occasion. For this video, I'm using a Cort KX707 7-string guitar loaded with the Evertune bridge, Seymour Duncan Sentient and Nazgul pickups, all around a great 7-string guitar. If you guys maybe don't want to spend quite as much money, a great 7-string guitar on the market is the Harley Benton Amarok 7. I've got that as well. That is a peach of a 7-string for the money. One last thing before we get going, I'm also well aware that not all of the riffs you're going to learn in this video were originally played on a 7-string guitar. They're in this video because they can be played on a 7-string guitar, and it's dead fun. First up, we've got the Ballad of John Henry by Joe Bonamassa, originally played on a baritone-tuned guitar, but it sounds great on a 7-string. The reason I chose the Ballad of John Henry is because it's a really simple riff to do to get you started. It's got that pentatonic blues phrasing, and all around it's just a great, fun, driving track. Starting off with your low 7 there, then you go to the 7th fret on the low E, and you play this little phrase. So it goes 7, then to 5, then hand back onto 7, and then you open low 7 again. So an important part of the dynamic as well is there's a little rest before you kick in that 5th fret. And that is a hammer on there, very important. Moving over to the next part of the riff, you've got a bend on the 5th fret of the A string, the minor 3rd, and you slightly bend it up to give it that blues phrase, and then return to the 7th fret on the low E. So then you repeat this phrase. That gets played twice. Then we go into your typical power chords. Then the riff cycles round. Now for the catchiest riff in this video, Hands in the Air by Joe Satriani. What a riff. Hands in the Air by Joe Satriani is not only in this video because of how catchy and fun it is, but it also gets you familiar with using the lower end of the fretboard where all of your normal chords and everything disappear. So it just is here to help you get a bearing on this. You've got to start off with open low B with your 3rd fret there, your minor 3rd. And then you're pulling off to an open. Then you're going to the A string, 2nd fret, your octave. And what you're doing here is you're hitting that twice, but the main thing to get the feel of this riff down is you're having a little bit of vibrato on there as well. So open A, then back to that 2nd fret. Then over to where your normal E power chord would be. So there's a little bit of a squeeze on that 3rd fret of the low B there. And that was the whole riff in its entirety. You just cycle that round 3 times. And on the 4th one, you've got, maybe I should play it slow, that would help. So. Fourth time round. So it's like your little turnaround where the whole thing resolves. 2nd fret here on the low B. And you're doing a half step bend there on that 2nd fret to the minor 3rd, then letting it go. I've included the next part too, which gets you into using some more of your scale elements in the riffs as well, which goes 4th on the low E, 5 on the low B, so 3 on the low B, then you slide away, so then to your low B power chord there, then you follow this scale, essentially B minor pentatonic, and then you do the same part again, play that same scale, but you're coming back down rather than going up. Then repeat. Around you go. Next up, we've got 5-finger death punch, inside out. Appreciate we're getting heavier now, but this was a really great riff to help me out on the 7th string at first. Allow me to demonstrate what we're breaking down here. Really in the pocket and a very busy riff. Rather simple to play once again, and obviously gets you very involved with the 7th string here. You're starting off with dead simple power chords that you all know and love, rooted on the 3rd fret of the low B. Then you go to 2 hits on that low B power chord there. Before you go to repeat that again, you do a really intricate little scratch down up. So, and then once you go round again, you're playing an open B. So it goes open B, D power chord, open B again, hit that power chord, then slide up 2 frets. So I'll try and slow that down the best I can here. A lot going on, so. Once you go around for your 4th time, you're ending on a C power chord there, because that preempts the pre-chorus riff. So. I absolutely love this, because you're pedaling on that low B all the way through, but also playing a really nice riff in between. So you've got 3 hits on that low B, then on the low E, you've got 7, 9, and 10. Then you go over to the A string there, 9th fret. 4 hits on the low B. You then have this phrase, pretty much the same as the first, except you flatten this finger. You go to the 10th fret, flatten the finger to include the A string. Then resolve on that 9th fret there. It sounds almost like Randy Rhoads. Really coarse. Go back around again and repeat the first phrase. 3 hits again, except this time you've got your resolving phrase. 2 hits on the 7th fret of the low E, 9th fret on the low E, then 7 down to 5 on the A. That's your whole pre-chorus riff, and you play that twice. At the end of your pre-chorus riff, you've got this really cool little breakaway where it goes, and this really cool phrase to finish. Sounds and looks like there's way more going on than there actually is. You're going 3 up to 5 on the low B, open A, 5 and then 3 on the low B, and then you repeat it again. Open A, then slide down. Then into your chorus riff, which is really thrashy. If you want to go through and learn the whole thing, by all means, but I'll do you a quick demonstration just as a favour. Mad riff, insane. Give it a listen. Burn It to the Ground by Nickelback had to be on this list. Whether you like them or not, this is a great riff to learn. Okay, really simple, not too much going on, and the main thing to portray here is that swing feel. Really cool. So you're starting off on the open B, 2 hits, 15th fret, then you resolve to that 12th fret, back to that 15th fret, then you've got this really cool little fill to turn the whole thing around. It goes to the 10th fret on the low B, hammer on to 12, 10 on the low E, back down, then 12 on the low E. So that's a cool fill in its own right. Use that in your riffs everywhere. Dead nice. So you got next fill. So it goes 12 on the low E, slide up 2 frets to 14, 12 on the A, back to 14, slide down to 12, then 10 on the low E there. Then back into the main riff you'd go. So now you go into this riff. So it's still keeping that shuffle feel. And then you've got 10 and then 12 on the low. Do that 3 times. Then there's an interesting little fill that happens afterwards. Again, it's the same notes we had before. It's amazing how much you can do with just a slight change up. So it goes 12 on the low E, pull off to 10, 12 on the low B, repeat that 10 and 12 on the low E, then 12 up to 14. Okay, and back to the main riff. You've then got this one last little thing before the main vocals kick in. So it's a slide in from nowhere in essence onto the 5th fret of the A. Sorry, it's an A note, excuse me, it's the low E. Very briefly, you've got that low E. low B this time. You've got 7, 6, 5, then down to 3, then your low B power chord. So really cool. So all the way through. You'll be addicted to that riff, I'm telling you. Going back to 5 finger, this time we've got Lift Me Up, the chorus riff. Really, really great chordal ideas, and it's just a really fun riff to play. Now, Lift Me Up has got some really cool fingerings in it. It's widely taught online, but I wanted to share this with you because it gets you using that low 7 again in conjunction with some interesting ideas which you don't see every day. So give this a shot. So you've got your low B with a B power chord on the bottom there, so 7 on the low E with the 5th above it. Then with the little finger, you are going to hammer on to the 10th fret of the A string. Then the bass note changes to a G. So you've got, with your middle finger, you're going to the 8th fret on that low B there. Then you're going to play. So it goes A string, 9 and 7. And you've got your bass note pedaling along underneath, so that would be next. You've then got, with your little finger, you're going to 9 on the low E and then slide up to 10. So you can either slide or pick it like I just did there. Then open E. And you're going to complete this phrase. So it goes to A, 7, 5. Open B, then 4, and then 5. Back to your next round of the chorus. Then you've got, instead, your bass note changed to an A. So really cool. So try that out for a chorus riff. It might inspire you to write some cool stuff like this of your own. Lift Me Up, there you go. Last but not least, Angel Vivaldi, Dopamine. This is off the Synapse album, and I think he has to be my favorite 7-string player out there. Just really tasteful stuff, and it's not always super heavy. The 7th string is really tastefully used by him. Definitely check his music out if you've not heard of him. Dopamine, definitely the hardest riff in this video. And the reason why I wanted to show you this one is it not only gets you into the really fast elements of 7-string playing, but also you get some really cool stretches. And Angel Vivaldi here did something really clever, or I think so personally as a player. It's not only a really cool collection of notes, which are oddly spaced apart, but also it's one of those riffs where there are so many mini riffs within a riff. So just to start this off, you're on the 1st fret here of the low 7. Then be aware as well, there are little sort of scratches in between some of the riffs, and also some double hits of notes as well between the melody. So So what you've got there, first fret on the low 7, with the little finger you're stretching to the 5th fret on the D string there, so it's a big stretch. So take note of that double tap there, or with that pick there. Another double hit there, and then you go to the 5th fret on the A, and then you slide up to the 6th fret there on the A. So and before you've even really made a point of that 6th fret there on the A string, you're going into a really fast little bit of picking here on the 4th fret of low E. So it goes. Really quick alternate picking run coming straight after. I'll summarize in a second. So what you've got there is 3, 5, and 6 on the A, then 3, 5, and 6 on the D. Then you go back down to the bottom note on the D string. So just to summarize everything so far. Played at a weird tempo there. Rather than playing it in time as such, it was more separating each chunk out so you could absorb it a little better. So once you've got to that end of that alternate picked run, you're pretty much teleporting to the 1st fret on the low E. And you're effectively playing the same sort of groove you started the riff with. And it goes through the octaves, so 3rd fret on the D, 3rd fret on the A, then you're sliding up to the 5th fret on the A. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this really cool, you remember I mentioned mini riffs within a riff, you go. And that's playing with your octaves there. So you've got 3rd fret on the low E, playing the octave above on the D string, 5th fret, slide up to the 6th fret, hit the octave again, and then slide down. Then low E, then back to D again. And then you'd start the riff again. So to play the whole thing. So such a cool riff, and another cool thing that you can do with this riff as well is to break it up into separate bits. Just that first riff alone is a cool thing in its own right, just that groove in the first note. Super cool. Give that riff a go. Dopamine. In fact, let's listen to the whole Synapse album by Angel Vivaldi. It's insane. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've liked what you've seen. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you found it useful. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video. If there are any more 7-string riffs that really helped you, write them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Take care, guys. See you later.